Your salary just hit your bank account, another deposit, another month of hard work, and for a moment, everything feels fine, but 2 weeks later, the balance is almost gone. Bills, subscriptions, and random purchases you barely remember making appear, and suddenly you're staring at the screen asking one question: how can someone earning more money than ever before still feel broke every single month? Here's the uncomfortable truth: the biggest mistake most people make with money isn't earning too little, it's believing income alone solves financial problems, but income can be completely useless. Yes, useless. Because there is one invisible trap that quietly destroys the power of your income, no matter how much you earn, and the worst part is most people fall deeper into it every time their salary increases. So what exactly is this trap, and why does making more money often make the problem worse instead of better? We'll get there in a moment. Mark thought he had finally figured life out, with a stable job, a decent apartment, and a salary that kept increasing every year, and at first, it felt like progress. When he earned his first raise, he upgraded his phone, and when his income increased again, he moved into a better apartment, another raise meant a newer car, and everything looked like success. Friends admired his lifestyle, and family believed he was doing well, but something strange was happening behind the scene, because despite earning more money every year, his bank balance never seemed to grow. Why? And why is this exact situation happening to millions of people right now? The answer hides inside a quiet financial pattern most people never notice. The struggle begins. At first, Mark assumed the problem was simple, and he just needed to earn even more money, because that's the advice everyone gives: work harder, ask for a raise, start a side hustle. So he did, putting in more hours, more effort, and earning more income, but something strange happened again, because the more money he made, the faster it disappeared. Why? Because nobody told him about the invisible system silently draining his income, and this system becomes more powerful every time your salary grows. What is it? It's not taxes, it's not inflation, it's something much closer to home. The real villain is something financial experts rarely talk about clearly. It's called lifestyle expansion, and it quietly turns income into an illusion. Here's how the trap works: when your income increases, your brain immediately upgrades your expectations: better apartment, better clothes, better restaurants, better gadgets, and none of these feel like mistakes, they feel like rewards. But every upgrade silently creates a new permanent expense, and that's where the real danger begins, because once your lifestyle expands, it almost never shrinks. But that still doesn't explain why income can become completely useless, and there's another hidden layer to this trap that most people only realize when it's too late. This is the moment most people misunderstand money completely, because they think wealth is created by earning more, but wealth is actually created by keeping the gap between income and spending. If that gap disappears, your income becomes meaningless, because a person earning $3,000 and saving $1,000 is building wealth, while a person earning $10,000 and saving nothing is building stress. But here's the part that makes this trap devastating: lifestyle expansion grows automatically, savings require discipline, which means the system is naturally designed to push most people in the wrong direction, and Mark was already caught inside it. One evening he opened his banking app, and his salary had doubled compared to 5 years earlier, but his savings account looked almost identical. 5 years of progress with almost nothing to show for it. Where did the money go? It went into invisible upgrades: a nicer apartment that added $700 per month, subscriptions that quietly multiplied, food delivery replacing groceries, weekend spending that felt harmless but accumulated fast. Each expense looked small, but together they created a financial cage, and Mark didn't even realize the door had closed, until something happened next that forced him to confront reality. One unexpected expense appeared in the form of a medical bill, nothing catastrophic, just large enough to expose the truth, because Mark didn't have the savings to cover it comfortably. Not despite years of raises, not despite working harder. That's when a terrifying realization hit him. His income was higher than ever, but his financial stability was weaker than he believed. So what was the missing piece nobody taught him? Income alone does not create financial power, control does, and real wealth is built through a simple but rarely followed rule. Your lifestyle should grow slower than your income, not at the same speed, not faster, but slower, because every time income grows but expenses stay stable, something powerful happens. The gap between earning and spending expands, that gap becomes savings, savings become investments, and investments become financial freedom. But if lifestyle expands at the same speed as income, the gap disappears. And when the gap disappears, income loses its power, and that was the invisible mistake Mark had been making for years, which prevented him from truly growing his wealth. Instead of chasing a bigger paycheck again, he tried something different. He froze his lifestyle, no apartment upgrade, no unnecessary subscriptions, no automatic spending increases, but his income kept growing. And something surprising happened. The financial pressure disappeared, the gap between earning and spending started growing again, slowly at first, then dramatically, because once the gap appears, money starts working for you instead of against you. The biggest income mistake isn't earning too little, it's allowing your lifestyle to grow every time your salary does, because when spending rises with income, your progress resets to zero, over, and over, and over again. But when lifestyle stays stable while income grows, that small gap quietly becomes financial freedom. And this is the truth most people never learn, which is why so many high earners still feel broke. Most people will keep losing money because they ignore what we just discussed, so don't be one of them. Hit the like button if this opened your eyes and provided clarity. And watch the next video to see how the lifestyle creep trap silently destroys long-term wealth before most people even realize it, preventing them from building savings, investments, and true financial freedom over time.